Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about the Sun square or opposition Black Moon Lilith and Synastry. Now, the first thing is that the basic character, which is the Sun, may be in conflict with what the Black Moon Lilith person is passionate about. And the thing about this is the Sun person, may lack that drive, the motivation and incentive to help the BML person embrace, the higher level of their placement, of the Black Moon Lilith placement. If the Black Moon Lilith, say if it's in Aquarius, that higher level of the placement, may be connected with humanitarianism, altruism, doing something productive with computers, electronics, astrology, astronomy, innovation. For as an example, the negative, manifestation of the BML in Aquarius could be, just doing shocking things, very, rebellious, unorthodox, type of behavior, causing, some kind of dissension in a group, club, or organization. Now, another thing about this as well is that, as far as the Synastry aspect goes, the BML individual may not have that passion, desire to help that Sun person get what he or she wants in his or her life. If the Sun person, if they have their Sun in Capricorn as an example, that person wants in life could be connected with career ambitions, gaining greater stature in life, social status. It could be something, a position in life, just more, really connected with Capricorn, like accounting, dentistry, information technology, masonry, carpentry, or even general mundane work as some examples. And the thing about the Synastry aspect too is that when the BML person may perceive the Sun person as somebody that's overly domineering or authoritative, and on the negative side, this can bring out vengeful behavior on the part of the BML individual, and the Sun person may have difficulty focusing on the BML person's suffering and trauma that he or she may be enduring. The BML person has their Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio as an example. It could be the trauma can be very deep. It could be something of a psychological nature. It might be something sexual matter. It could be just lack of having that power and control in one's life. If the person has their Black Moon Lilith in Libra as another example, it could be issues with relationships, about not having justice, the fairness and equality that they think he or she deserves in the life of the person. It might be some matters of negotiation, that the person may have difficulty in those areas. It could be something to another way the Synastry aspect may be expressed. It could be that the Black Moon Lilith person may perceive that Sun person somebody that is just engrossed too much in his or her own existence, oblivious to the BML person. The thing is, let's say if the Sun person has their Sun in Taurus, it could be somebody that might appear to be dominated by their possessions, monetary matters, doing things to have their peace in their life, and not really focusing on the BML person. And the thing about this the Synastry aspect as well, the negative manifestation of that BML placement could have an adverse effect on the Sun persons. It could be their ego, their spirit in general. It may even be on their energy and vitality. The sun plays a role in vitality. I would say the ascendant has a greater role in that because it's connected, strongly with the physical body and the energy level. But the sun can play a role in that as well, and also the creative energy that the person has. And the BML person, may be causing some, problems in that sun person's life where they feel that their creative energy is stymied to some degree or has some limitations in its expression. Now, the thing about this is, so as I stated in my earlier videos on the natal placements, that you never isolate, any single one astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person astrologically speaking based on this alone, because the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. And the same applies for synastry aspects in astrology. One synastry aspect is not going to make or break a relationship, and the sun square or opposite the BML, certainly is no exception to that. Now, most people in synastry charts are going to have a plethora of aspects, and when you have, and you can have another aspect that can offset another one. And in this case, the sun, let's say for example, okay, you have the sun, you have two people that have the sun square or opposite the BML in synastry, and which could be an adverse aspect, and it shows that the BML person may not be able to have much passion or desire for to help the sun person get what he or she wants in life. But let's say you take those same two people, and that sun person as their sun, say sextile or trine the BML person's Jupiter. Well, that could actually be more of a fortuitous aspect for to have that sun, that Jupiter person, may bring, may have some enthusiasm and exuberance in helping that sun person get what they want in his or her life, and can be a lucky place synastry aspect for that. The symbol with the connection may bring some luck to that sun individual. So you have to look at all aspects in synastry when you're delineating the relationship in terms of the compatibility between person A and person B. Now, another thing about this as well is that when you have this, you're talking about this synastry aspect, it could also, I would think, the sun is also connected with the biological father and children. So if these two people are in close connection, it could indicate that perhaps the biological father and children of the sun individual may not feel compatible with the BML person, because they may be seeing a lot of the negativity, the negative manifestation of the BML person, going back to the BML in Aquarius as an example. It could be very idiosyncratic behavior, rebellious, non-conforming, very aloof, detached behavior on the BML person's part. If the BML is in Capricorn as another example, it could be somebody that's just focusing on attaining ruthless ambitions, and just worried about his or herself, and might appear very cold, or bring a lot of cold, callous, and undemonstrative energy, that may be expressed a very authoritative nature. So you have to, again, this is one aspect, but it doesn't make or break the relationship between person A or B. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.